Okay, picture this. It's a perfect sunny weekend. You're at a buzzing food festival. You can smell all this amazing food in the air. And then you see it. A gigantic, winding line that just completely kills your vibe. We've all been there. Today, we're going to look at how a simple piece of tech is totally changing that frustrating experience.
I mean, seriously, who hasn't done this? You spot the stall you want, you do that quick mental calculation, and you just decide, you know what, that taco looks amazing, but it's not worth a 45-minute wait. That exact moment is a lost sale for the vendor and honestly a super frustrating moment for you. It's a universal problem at pretty much any busy event.
So, how do we actually fix this? Well, here's our game plan for this explainer. We're going to start with the chaos of the crowd we all know, then dive into the elegant QR code solution. We'll look at it from your side, the customer's perspective, then we'll peek behind the curtain at the organizer's dashboard, and finally, we'll dig into the very real business impact all of this has. All right, so let's start by really setting the scene. For decades, the only way to manage a crowd has been a physical line. But let's be real, this old-school method is just packed with problems that, for some reason, we've all just accepted as normal. This slide really lays it out perfectly. A tale of two worlds. You've got the old way on the left, which is pure chaos. Customers get fed up and leave, staff are yelling out names, and every person who gives up and walks away is a lost sale. But the new way, on the right, well, it replaces all that chaos with a sense of calm. It gives customers their freedom back and puts organizers in control. So the big question is, how do we get from that chaos to this calm? The answer is actually surprisingly simple, and it's probably sitting in your pocket right now. It is all about making the queue virtual. And here is the genius of it all. There are no clunky kiosks to deal with, no special hardware for vendors to buy, and, this is the big one, your customers don't have to download yet another app. They just use their phone's camera, scan a code, and boom, they're in. Simple as that. Okay, so let's put ourselves in the customer's shoes for a minute. Because let's face it, if the experience isn't totally seamless for them, the whole system just falls apart. This is all about giving people their time back. The key here is just how simple it is. It really boils down to 3 steps. 1, you scan the QR code at the food stall. 2, you join the waitlist right there in your phone's browser. And 3, you get a simple text message when it's your turn to head back. That's it. No fuss. And once you're in, you are not just waiting in the dark. You can actually see your exact place in the queue and watch it update in real time. This is what gives you that freedom. Instead of being chained to a spot on the pavement, you can go explore other stalls, grab a drink, and actually, enjoy the festival. And get this, the entire process, from seeing the QR code to being on the wait list, takes less than 15 seconds. Just think about that. Compare it to waiting for someone with a clipboard to find a pen and scribble your name down. It is a night and day difference. Okay, so we know it's great for the customer, but what about the folks running the whole show? Well, for the event staffs, this is basically like switching from an old paper map to a GPS. It puts them completely in the driver's seat. The staff gets this live dashboard that they can pull up on any tablet or even just a phone. With one single click, they can call the next person up, they can manage the flow of the crowd, see how big the parties are, and, most importantly, they start getting useful data. They can see average wait times and track no-shows, which helps them plan better and improve safety for the next event. Now, here's what's truly incredible. The barrier to entry here is practically zero. An event organizer can literally sign up, print out their QR code, and have this entire system up and running in about 5 minutes. It's an incredibly powerful tool that's just ridiculously easy to get going. All right, so this all sounds great in theory, but does it actually work? Does it move the needle? Let's get into the numbers, because this is where that feeling of calm translates directly into better business. First up, customer happiness. Venues that use this system see a 12% drop in complaints about waiting. And why is that? It's because when people feel like they're in control of their own time and they know exactly where they stand, they are just fundamentally happier. And of course, happier customers lead to this, a 6% reduction in walkouts. These are all people who would have just turned around and left, but now they're staying. They stay and they spend money, all because that frustrating barrier of a physical line is gone. And that all leads to the big one, the bottom line. More efficient service and fewer people walking away translates directly into serving more customers, which results in a 3% bump in revenue. Now, that might sound small, but over a packed festival weekend, that adds up fast. This chart just shows how dramatic that change really is. Some venues have reported an incredible 85% reduction in complaints about the wait. I mean, think about that. You're taking one of the biggest points of friction at any event and almost completely wiping it out.
Now, this right here is the psychological secret sauce. Research shows that virtual queues can reduce the perceived wait time by up to 35%. So even if the actual wait time is exactly the same, it feels shorter because the person isn't just standing there, miserably waiting. They're out living their life. And that is a huge shift in the customer experience.
So, to wrap this all up in a neat little package, a QR code queue management system is really just a digital tool that uses technology we all carry around every day to replace an outdated, inefficient process. It's all about making waiting smarter, not longer. And all of this really leaves us with one final question to think about. Whether you're running a food festival, a pop-up shop, or a busy restaurant, just imagine the possibilities that open up when you have less chaos and more calm. You get better crowd flow, much happier guests, and a healthier bottom line. What could that mean for your next event?